All right, folks, welcome to GAMcast Live, the biggest story of the day, October 18th, 2022. Folks, the biggest story of today is Barack Obama is hitting the campaign trail for Democrats and what that tells you about the Democrats' chances in November. Welcome to GAMcast Live, the Great American Mail, the Florida and Georgia law that breaks down the news of the day through the lens of the Constitution, the law, and history. Folks, I woke up this morning to do my political reading, and I usually start either at 5:38 or Real Clear Politics here, what you see on the screen as an aggregator. What you see with sites like this is a lot of data aggregated for you, and you can read what you want to read. Real Clear Politics tends to be down the middle. 538 tends to be a little bit left. But basically, you can see down the middle here, you've got opinion columns on the left. There's no more journalism anymore, but it tends to be news-y, if you were. So anyway, so here's the story that caught my eye. Obama hits trail in Georgia, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Now, that struck me as odd, so I clicked on it. And here's what it should jump out and tell you a lot about what's going on here, folks. We're going to read the article, but before we do, why Michigan? There's no Senate race in Michigan. There's only a governor's race. So he's either going to help the governor or potentially some House races. I'm guessing it's the governor. That's the most important race there. So we had the headline, obligatory from the Alphabet Network, in this case ABC. Former President Barack Obama, still one of the most popular figures in the Democrat Party, is set to hit the campaign trail in the final stretch to the midterm elections. Democrats hope to sway enough voters to avoid losing control of Congress despite major political headwinds like high inflation. Here's where he's scheduled to appear, and it goes on to mention. Now, look, folks, I understand Georgia because you got a Democrat who's won a seat in a red state. You want to go try to help him. I get that, right? And I'll even give you Wisconsin. It's a purple state. You know, it's trending red lately, but it's still, traditionally been a very, very Democrat stronghold. They think they got a chance to take out Ron Johnson. But why Michigan? Folks, and understand if he's going to Michigan, he ain't going to North Carolina. He ain't going to Florida. It tells you those are out. Not going to Pennsylvania should tell you a lot, folks. And one more thing before I leave this. I want you to understand, one of the most popular political figures. That's not true. Sending Obama is risky because you're going to alienate about as many people as you're going to get to the polls because he's controversial in that way. It's just a fact. Everybody knows it. Hillary Clinton's the same way. To be fair, Donald Trump is a little bit of the same way too. He's going to get the base out, but he's also going to fire up some people on the other side. So it's a little bit dangerous sending there. Let's take a look at that race. Now, what this tells you is, this is inside baseball telling you a lot about what's going on, and the polls are wrong. So let's go to our friends at 538 left-wing site. So we're not trying to get any biased polls here. And they have Gretchen Whitmer was a 91% chance of holding it. Here you scroll down, they give you the projected margin is a little over 8 points. But then you go down and you look at the polls. What jumps out at you, folks? One pollster here has it a little bit more. One pollster a while back had it a little bit closer. Actually, that poll's no longer there. But you see 5, 5, 6, and then insider advantage 1, 11, 6, 17, and 18. So if Obama's going there, it looks to me like this one poll insider advantage at 1 is probably the correct one. And these that have it at 11 and 17 and 18 are obviously crazy. But so's the 5 and the 6, all right? And if you don't believe me, here's another case of where you can see it. This is the Democrat polls on their chances of winning the Senate. If you scroll down, you'll see that over time, it was about a 50-50 proposition in July. It got the high watermark in about September 18th. Democrats had a 71% chance. It's now working its way down, right? But I want you to come back and let's look at this one race, and we try to keep these under 4 minutes, folks, so I got to wrap this up quick. But let's go take a look at Washington. We'll see the same thing. Patty Murray has a 97% chance of winning, but she's running hard out there. She's campaigning hard out there, folks, in Washington. Bluer than blue. One pollster, again, Trafalgar has it as a 2-point race. Everybody else has it well outside that, right? Again, Barack Obama confirms what I suspect, which is the polls are lying. There's a few pollsters telling you the truth, but these races, like in blue places, are closer than you think. Look for the Republicans to if this holds, look for the Republicans to take the Senate and the House. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, please like it. If you're listening to us on Rumble, hit that Rumble button and tell a friend. Sharing is caring. And if you enjoyed this live stream, I hope you tune back in tomorrow.